So a survival kit is a really good thing to have with you if you're going to be somewhere where you might need to survive, which could be anywhere. In this video, I'm going to take a look at my latest version that I have put together, and I'm using the Hidden Woodsmen utility pouch, I think. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's from the folks at Hidden Woodsmen, and I got a lot of stuff in here. We're going to break this thing open, show you what I got in here, and then you can leave me your critiques in the comment sections to the video. So that's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me. So I'm here at Boy Scout camp. A quick look. That's my luxurious hotel room for the week, and kind of thought it'd be a good idea, good opportunity anyway. Had a little free time to talk about survival kits and show you the latest one I put together. And I'm actually using the utility pouch from the Hidden Woodsmen. Malcolm Coder there. This is all USA made down to the thread. USA sourced and made. Malcolm does a really great job. You've seen some of his stuff on the channel before. And actually, his Haversack is still one of my favorite pieces of gear. I use this thing all the time. So I'll just set it aside for a second. But, like I said, here at Boy Scout Camp, had a few minutes. And I thought it'd be fitting just to kind of take a look at this thing and show you. I made a couple of modifications to it, well, small modifications to his pouch. And then, before we do that, though, Malcolm's got some really cool patches. Just check that one out. So, anyway, I without a whole lot of rambling, just take you down to the old picnic tabletop here underneath our dining fly, and we'll bust this thing open, kind of talk about what's in here, you know, why I chose what I chose, and you can feel free to leave your critiques. Show me what I'm missing, what you think I'm missing, or maybe anything like that below. And for your convenience, as always, there'll be links to most of the gear in here in the description below. And full disclosure, if you purchase through those links, very likely I'll receive some sort of commission to help support the channel. So that's a cool thing too. It's a win-win for everybody. So anyway, without further ado, let's take you down to the old tabletop and get to looking in here, because there's a lot of stuff in here, and I don't want this to be a 45-minute video. By the way, you've seen the Thermacell on the channel before. This is a newer model called the Thermacell Backpacker. I really like this one because it just hooks to a standard butane canister like you use for cooking or whatever. You don't have to keep changing those little refills that come with the regular Thermacell. Seems to work pretty good, and I just like the fact that you don't have to change the butane. You do have to change the pads out still every 2 hours, but anyway, let's kind of leave it out here and change the pads when I remember. They start getting discolored. So anyway, let's take a look at the survival kit. This again is the I'm not sure what you call this. I think this is a utility pouch. I have no signal, so I can't even get on the internet to check it out here. But starts out, it's got a nice big Velcro field on here. You can put your pouches on there, whatever. You can make you can make a first aid kit out of this and put a big first aid symbol on here, whatever you want to do. So anyway, there's that. You turn it over, it's got a pocket on the outside. What I've got in here right now is just a cotton bandana. I think that's one of Dave Canterbury's 10Cs. I don't know that I have all the 10Cs in here, but I will. You can let me know. I don't remember every one of them off the top of my head. I just went through and I kind of made this a few weeks ago based on what I think my survival needs might be. So anyway, there's that. One thing I want to point out, I did change, and I left this one on here so you can see it. Sorry, we are at Boy Scout camp, so there's the Rangers going by in a golf cart. But this is the way it comes from Malcolm, and it's got this really nice pull on it. I used these from the folks at Tact. These are their zipper tab pulls. I put these on here because they have a little, like a fire tender type cord in here. This has got a Firestarter strand in it. So in case of emergency, I've got a couple of Firestarters there, one here and one here. And these are their zipper pulls, which are pretty cool little deals. So, but there's that. So open this thing up. One thing I like about it, it comes in different colors. This is the some kind of camo, but it opens way up, so you can really get. Here, can you see that? We'll do it like that, so you can really get to your content. So inside's high vis orange, kind of helps you see what's going on there. I guess we'll just start on one end and go to the other. So You know that I think fire is really, really important. Fire is a big deal to me. So one of the things for survival, I think it's just probably the most important factor you can have covered, or maybe the second most would be fire. The top three, in my opinion, are fire, shelter, and water. Because you can go without food for quite a while, but water, 3 days or something they say is max. Honestly, you go a day or so without water, you're going to be hurting. So anyway, I'm rambling again. The first thing I've got in here is this Strike Force Firestarter. It's a ferro rod. It's from UST, which is Ultimate Survival Technologies. You open it up on this end. It's got a ferro rod with a really nice dedicated striker, a big handle. It's it's plenty of room. It's all together. You're not going to lose any of this, and you can just does a great job on that. And then what I like about it is on the other end, you pop this end off, and there's room in here for some tenders. I have a UST wet fire tender. These things rock and roll. They just rock and roll. And I'm not going to demonstrate that. It's not a tender review now, but I've actually demonstrated these a long time ago. I did a review of different fire starters probably 2 or 3 years ago, and they were one of them, and they worked really well. So anyway, that's the Strike Force from UST. Put it like right here, and so that's one of my fire choices. So the next thing I've got in here is a Thrunite TC12. This is a really bright flashlight, good for signaling or for light when you need it at night. So I'm just turning on. It's got a rechargeable battery, but you won't be able to recharge it in the woods, but you wouldn't be able to buy batteries in the woods either. So there's that. Maybe you could go with one with the spare batteries, but it's just what I picked because I like this, and that battery will last a long time if you don't have it on super bright. Next item I've got in here is just a Ziploc baggie. Maybe there's a couple here. Let's see. Yeah, 2 Ziploc baggies. These are quart baggies, and they're just for the containers. You can store water in these and collect water in these. And so that's what they're there for, just a water collection, because it's hard to get an actual container, a solid container in a kit like this. So the next item is really cool. This is a HydroBlu. I believe this is called the Sidekick. It's a water filter straw, 3-stage water filter straw, so it actually gets out more than any other straw that I'm aware of, and basically you just drink out of it. And it comes with it's got this separate little, which one is it? Let's see. Yes, the post filter, so it pops off here like that, and you can change that one out. And then it's a hollow fiber membrane. So then it's also, I think it's got activated charcoal in here. But there's that really good water filter. And I've got some probably about 50 feet of I think this is number 18 bank line. So pretty strong enough, but got a lot of cordage in a small area. So there's that. Inside this pocket here, I like me some knives. I've got this pocket Bushman from the folks at Cold Steel. And I chose this one to go in here because of the slim, a couple of reasons. First of all, it's a pretty slim profile. The lock is extremely strong on this thing. And it's just rock solid, and it's a good sized blade. It's almost a 6-inch blade, but at least a 5-inch blade. If you had to baton with this, I think you probably could. I've not done that, but I like the fact it's got a solid lock, and it's a big enough knife to really get something done. And there's that, the pocket Bushman. It's got a kind of funky lock on it, but I'll put that back there like that. And then inside here, the number one reason that people die in a survival type situation, they call it, seriously, number one is exposure, which is basically to the elements. So what I've got here, I've got this Tact Bivvy from Survival Frog. Several people make these things. Basically, it's like a gigantic space blanket with orange on one side and the mylar on the other, but it's a bag. It's not just a blanket, so you can get into it and really get warm. So there's that. And then inside there, I've got this Ultimate Survival UST Star Flash signal mirror. This has a couple of functions. Not only is it a signal mirror, so it lets you signal for rescue, but you can also use it like a mirror to see if you got a splinter, if you got something in your eye or anything like that. So another kind of a multi-use item. I like that. That's everything on this side. Look in the middle. I've got a I don't know, about a 2-foot square of aluminum foil. And with the aluminum foil, I could make a container literally to boil water in, to make char cloth in, and that's pretty much used to make some kind of, you can make a very rudimentary container with that. And maybe I'll do a video on that, how to boil water in aluminum foil. But that's just a very compact way to have some sort of container. You can definitely make char cloth in it, and you can boil water in it. So there's that. Then in the middle, a little loop here, there's a loop here in the middle. I've got a Leatherman Signal, which is a Leatherman multi-tool that I've done a review on, and this is the one that's really it is geared and aimed towards the outdoors, which as opposed to urban use. So along those lines, it has a fire starter here. So there's another combustion tool. And to get the fire starter out, let's see what you do. I got to remember this. It's been a little while since I did this. Unlock it, open it up, and just okay, just pull that up and you get it out. So there's you get a ferro rod there. You can turn around and use the back of the saw blade here, and it's a really good ferro rod. So there's that one, and it's got other stuff in it too. And again, I've done a review of this, so I'm not going to repeat that. It's got a whistle too, a pretty good little whistle. So that's another signaling tool there. Let's see how this thing goes. And does it go like this, or like, no, it goes the other way, like this. And close it back up and lock it. So anyway, there's the Leatherman Signal. And because I like me some fire so much, and one of the little side pouches, I've got an Tact. This is a nano spark, and basically what this is a little sparking wheel, right? And it works really good if you do it the right way. And here's what's cool inside of it. You pull this thing out. It's got one of the little tinder tab things, kind of like Tinder Quick, but it's got a little wire thing in there, so it pulls it out for you. I mean, it's just well thought out, and just another. And those little tinder tabs really work really well. So just another little bit of combustion there. So I've got, that puts us at 3 combustion items and a cutting tool, 2 cutting tools. And that takes us to the final pocket in here. We'll just open this thing up. And I've got a tourniquet in here. It's a TK4. It's just, I always like to have tourniquet with me. That's you're playing with sharp objects. This is something that could really literally save your life. Or you could be injured in a survival situation. So there's a tourniquet there. I've got another light. This is a little black diamond. Older model of the, I think it's an Ion, but it's just a real small headlamp that you can use to help you see in the dark or whatever. Put that over there. And then another signaling. I've got a UST Jet Scream whistle, which is just another signaling device that helps you get rescued. You can whistle. This is like 122 decibels. It's waterproof and it floats, so pretty good there. And then you can whistle a lot longer than you can yell without losing your voice. I'm already losing mine a little bit just from yelling at the kid. Well, not yelling at the kids, but just it's a noisy environment here sometimes. That can't. We'll say that. We'll put that there. Then it's going to really surprise you, but I have another combustion deal, and this is a I don't know what the official name of this thing is. It's from Tact, but it's a lighter cover that holds a big lighter. It's waterproof, so it keeps it from getting wet and getting everything screwed up. And this one actually also glows in the dark if it's exposed to light. It pops on really good. And then I've again added one of the tinder zipper pulls to the top of it, so I'd have another tinder source. So there's that, more combustion. Then along the fire and for light, so this is kind of a double duty deal. Tact has these 4-hour nano candle tins, which are pretty cool. It's a real small candle, and you know, lasts for 4 hours. So you can use this for starting a fire. If you got some marginal tinder, you can light this thing, sit it under there, and actually once your tinder is lit and everything is going, you can pull it out, close it up, reuse it. You can use it for light. You can use it just there you go, like you would any other candle. Let's see. Then another water deal. We got the one little Sidekick filter, but if you need a little higher volume, or you don't want to bend down straight through the straw. I've also got the HydroBlu, and this is the VersaFlow filter, I believe it is. It's very similar to like a Sawyer Mini. I think it's, I don't know, I think I kind of like these a little bit more for a couple of features. At least when you buy the pack, it comes with a, when you buy this also, it'll come with like a 5-gallon bucket adapter. You can drill a hole and use it. But for a survival type situation, I think this is a really good filter because it has a, you got this big tube on it. You can stick this tube down in somewhere and just maybe in a little crack in the rock, or if you're collecting rainwater or whatever, and you don't have to get your face down there. And maybe you can't get your face down there sometimes. So there's that. And that's almost it. Let's see, can you see that? I got one more thing in here. Oh, two more things. Three more things, sorry. So I also got a spare end filter for the VersaFlow Sidekick. Goes here, I guess. You probably can't even see that, can you? We'll put it right there. And then something I like to carry with me is just some lip balm. This happens to be Burt's Bees with cocoa butter. And not only is it good for chapped lips or for chapped anything, it's also a fire extender because it burns. So you can smear this on some tinder and it'll help keep your fire going, get your fire going further. And then finally, last but not least, this is the something I was in a battle box, but they're coming out with this. This is a rip spool from the folks at Tact, and I think it's going to be somewhere in the $25 range. So. It's not a super low budget item, but it is really handy. If this thing has got, it just basically gives you a way to have duct tape, and it's got that much duct tape. It's a whole roll of duct tape around a very well-made aluminum spool. It has a nice large needle in the middle of it, and to hold it inside, kind of inside the duct tape. And then it has a pretty good bit of like fishing line cordage on the outside of it. So you got fishing line, you got duct tape, and you got a needle in there. It gives you a lot of opportunities to repair things. You can use a needle that's big enough for the fishing line to sew up damaged clothing. I guess you could sew up a wound if you needed to. I shudder to even think about that, to be honest with you. But there you go. So that is my 2000, well, put this in, this goes in here with it too. My 2018 medium-sized survival kit I came up with right now. So, okay, well, that was my take on one possibility for a survival kit. I mean, this is a lot of fun to me just to kind of put these things together and see what's what and what you can come up with in different combinations. As usual, I'm obviously fire heavy. That's just me, So anyway, if you're looking for a really solid pouch or bag or anything, I really encourage you to check out the Hidden Woodsman. I like supporting small American businesses. Malcolm is just a great guy. He hires American people. He buys American components. Everything in here is USA sourced, down again to the thread. And not only is this possible pouch really cool, but if you haven't checked out his Haversack, I think this is his #1 item. This thing absolutely rocks. It's just I did a video on this, so I'm not going to do a review on that, but I did want to mention that. So anyway, I encourage you to put together your own survival kit. There's pre-made kits and there's stuff. My #1 video actually is a little survival kit in a can. It's got over 1 million views, which is crazy for me, but I think you can do a lot better, honestly, if you put together your own kit. I consider this a medium-sized kit. You can make them smaller kits, you can make them bigger kits, but this is I think for the size, I've got a lot of capability in this pouch. So hope this has been helpful. Once again, thanks to Malcolm at Hidden Woodsman for sending me this pouch so I can show it to you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a brand new video every Friday and Saturday, and very often random videos throughout the week. You can check out another one by clicking right here behind me. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can click right down there and subscribe. Click that little notification bell and you'll get notified when I put out new videos. Please, if you like this video, please like, share, and all that good stuff. So once again, my name is Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident. So be prepared. I'll see you next time.